The message lit up my phone like a signal flare. A photo she had never sent me, captioned with a nickname I'd never heard, and a timestamp from last Friday. "Miss you, babe." And for a beat, the room tilted so fast I clung to the counter. It was small, ordinary technology doing the extraordinary thing of exposing a life I didn't know I was living beside. I stared at the screen until the letters blurred and the kitchen clock became a metronome, counting out the moments I had missed. I started collecting evidence the way someone collects shells on a beach, without thinking why the pile matters until it's too late to stop. There were tiny things that, added together, became undeniable. An unfamiliar receipt folded into the laundry, a calendar entry marked dinner with initials beside it, a playlist on her laptop with songs she never shared. Each discovery felt like a breadcrumb leading me through a forest I'd assumed we had mapped together. When I asked, she didn't flinch into the practiced denial of a movie. She sat on the couch like someone exhausted from carrying an invisible weight and told me about a man who had been kind in the specific, dangerous ways I had grown careless about being. He remembered the little things, her mother's birthday, the way she liked her coffee, and he listened at times I had chosen not to. Her voice wasn't a weapon. It was an explanation that made me both furious and unbearably sad, because it read like a confession of neglect on both our parts. She said the affair wasn't a thunderbolt, but a slow accumulation of attention she hadn't realized she missed until someone else offered it without demanding anything in return. She apologized in a way that tried to build bridges made of language. "I'm sorry," repeated until it was nearly hollow, and then, finally, honest. She said she wanted to stop, and she did. She left him because the cost of being with him was the life we'd built, and she wasn't sure whether that life could be repaired or deserved repair. Rebuilding felt less like a storybook arc and more like construction in bad weather. We went to counseling and fumbled through exercises that felt embarrassing and true, talking without interruption, naming small hurts, practicing gratitude until it stopped sounding like a dare. There were nights when silence was a wall between us, and others when the silence was a fragile, useful thing. Room to think, to grieve. I had to admit things to myself I hadn't wanted to, how absent I'd been, how my grief after my father's death had become a private room I closed her out of. She had